Good evening or morning or afternoon, my lovely Facebook friends, wherever you are in the world. A very quick message. Usually I do a live, but I thought I'd record this and put it on my news feed. I'm sure many of you know my background. I used to be a school principal. I used to run clubs when I was young. I've lived in the Andes mountain on a farm, all kinds of crazy stuff. And some of you know that 5 years ago, I stopped being an employee and I became an entrepreneur, an investor, trader. I got into personal self-development and growth and human potential with Bob Proctor and John C. Maxwell, Tony Robbins, some of the people that are no longer here, but I've been studying with them, people like Napoleon Hill, Wallace Wattles, Maxwell Maltz, Florence Scovel, and oh God, and on and on. And another gentleman that some of you might not have heard of, some of you will have because I often post his stuff. His name is David Imonitie. I'm going to post about him in a minute in my feed. I met this gentleman 4.5 years ago, and one of the first things I ever heard him say is, what do you need to be successful in this life? And people were shouting at go-getter, you're aggressive, and he said, no, none of that. You need a worthy ideal. And this is one of the things that they teach you, what Bob Proctor teaches and Earl Nightingale teaches. So it caught my attention, and I started listening to him. Then he started talking about goal cards and goals, which Bob Proctor teaches. And I started listening to him more. And what I found is this young man, he's not as old as them. He's 38, I hope he doesn't mind me saying that, 38. He's always an African-American. He's the highest earning African-American in the world in direct marketing. But that's not why people follow him. They follow him because he's reached what I call level 5 pinnacle leadership. If you want to know what that is, go and read the book by John C. Maxwell on developing the leader within you. There's different levels of leadership. The basic is positional, your job title. If you're a manager, you're a boss, whatever it is, that's the title you're given. But the highest level of leadership is where people follow you for who you are. And those people are far and few between. Well, David has an immense amount of people all over the world following him, not because of what he's achieved, but because of who he is. And at the beginning of February, he's hosting an event in Houston, Texas, which I plan to go to. I went to Paradigm Shift in 2020 to see Bob. And this was the next big event I was looking forward to. Unfortunately, because of this crazy nonsense that's going on, I call it nonsense. We're not able to travel. There's lots of restrictions. But I'm going to be watching him live on what we call the live stream, because he's just announced that to make it available globally, he's going to live stream it. And I'm going to recommend that you get your tickets. I don't get any financial benefit. Don't think I'm selling because I get some commission. Not at all. But I do believe that if you're willing to give and serve and contribute and add value to the lives of others, it will eventually come back in some way. So I don't mind giving. Bob said, give as much as you can and don't worry about what you get because it will come back to you somehow. So I want you to log on to his live stream. Tickets are available. I'll put the link in the group. And listen to him. I've heard a lot of people speak, but in the terms of the depth and the knowledge, I don't like to use the gravitas like serious, but the depth of his teaching, it's so profound and very impactful and energetic and lively. I do believe that if you haven't heard from him yet, you will in the future. I do believe that he's walking in the steps of the greats on their shoulders. I don't know how you do that. He is. And I do believe in the future he's going to be talked about in the same way as Bob Proctor, Tony Robbins, and some of the other greats. John C. Maxwell. I believe this young man, he's only 38, will be talked about in the same way or more. Because at his age, his teaching and his understanding of believing and faith and success, he's not talking from a book, by the way. He's been there, he's done it. He came from a very challenging background when he was young, and what he's achieved is so extraordinary. And he says, I know he won't mind me saying this, it's all because of being blessed and favored and faith and gratitude and love and forgiveness and all the things that we get taught, but we rarely apply. So please check out the link I don't usually post these videos promoting events, you know me. So this is unusual. So please check out the link. Get your tickets. They're on offer. They're $97, about £60, I think. Usually it's about $197. And sit down for a couple of days, tune in, make notes, and then apply it. And what I would recommend, When you're attending any event, a webinar, seminars, whatever it is, conferences, summits, make sure you have an expectation, a goal. What is in it for you? What do you want to get from the event? What is it you want to achieve? Have that written down. And I would always write it like this. I am, those are the two most powerful words you can utter. I am so happy and grateful now, not one day. I'm so happy and grateful now that, and then you write the outcome of that event that you desire in the simple present. I'm so happy and grateful now that, I am an incredibly successful author, entrepreneur, investor, filmmaker, and influencer, impacting the lives of 1 billion people all over the world through my books, films, events, words, behavior, and sharing faith, hope, love, and joy with every single person I meet. And in return, earning multi-millions. Well, this year, £86 million. You're going to think, oh, is it all about the money? Money's just the byproduct, but it's easy to measure. So it's a bit longer than I expected. This video is going to be on my Insta. It's going to be on my Facebook. So please do yourself a favor. This is 3 days that if you take it seriously and you go in there and you ask yourself, what's in this for me? What do I want? What would I love? I believe we should ask ourselves the question, what would I love? Not what do I want? What would I like? Because that's a bit tepid. What would I love? What's my crazy burning desire? If I was honest, because we're not honest a lot of the time, because we're so scared that we're not going to achieve what we desire. We're so scared that we're not going to have the life we dream of. We dismiss it before we have an idea and we go, no, that, or we get talked out of it, even worse. So do yourself a favor, get yourself a ticket. I promise you, it could be the event that's going to be the game changer for you. We talk about that as a bit of a cliche, but I believe it could be, because I know what this guy talks about. I know what his knowledge is, the impact he can have, and I can't recommend him enough. He's the person that really I listened to when I joined this industry, because I had no idea about entrepreneurship or all the stuff he talked about, but I did know one thing: I wanted to follow him. And that's a testimony to who he is, not the money. I thought, if I can learn from him, I'm doing this. So do yourself a favor, check it out, get your tickets. I'm going to be hosting a group of people somewhere in London. So if you are in London and you get your ticket, contact me directly through my Facebook or Insta, and I'll let you know where you are. You don't need to be part of our business. Everyone's welcome, right? But if there are thousands of you, maybe not. But let me know, yeah? I love you all. By the way, tomorrow I'm also doing a live webinar at 9 p.m. on the science of getting rich. And then I'm doing an event in London on the 26th. But I won't steal David's limelight right now. I'll talk about that later. I love you all. Take care. Go out there. Believe, prosper, grow, and be a testimony to your creator. That's all that's expected. Ciao.